everyone, welcome back to the Rock Nerd Radio Show. As always, I'm Dan, and today, in 5 minutes or less, we're going to take a look at a brand new 2-pack of figures that the fine folks at Hasbro Pulse sent over. I paid for it, it's not like I got it for free, but we're going to look at the VHS animated set of Smythe and Peter Parker. Let's check it out.
Come geek out with us on the Rock Nerd Radio Show.
Alright, so let's kick it off with this 2-pack by starting with a look at the Peter Parker that comes in it. And I'm doing this because he's kind of the base figure, the boring figure. He's cool looking. I mean, this thing looks like it literally walked out of the TV show off an animation cell and onto my toy shelf here. This looks fantastic. The head is just fantastic. I'm going to say it a bunch. The watch, when I took it out of the package, I feel like it was backwards, so I just popped the hand off, moved the watch. It's cool, but it is a separate piece, so the watch can kind of move around, so you can adjust it to however you want, or you can completely take it off Peter's arm. This is a pinless body, which I really enjoy. So of course we do have all the range of movement that you would expect a Marvel Legends to have, and again, pinless stuff, so it looks great. Nothing's broken up. It does have single jointed elbows to figure, and it's probably because of the way the jacket meets the arm, or the arm comes out of the jacket sleeve. Not the end of the world, not my favorite thing, but not the end of the world. In terms of accessories, this Peter comes with a camera, which I want to say is just a repainted reuse of the one that came with the vintage card Peter Parker. So he can hold on to it. You can just kind of jam it in his hand. He can hold on with both hands if you wanted to have him holding it with 2 hands. He can hold it with 1. The other accessory that this Peter Parker comes with are 2 of the thwipping hands, and these are on joints, so they can move around. They don't just have to be kind of stuck like this. But the nice thing about this is that it's an extra hand set. The only downside is there's no painted detail on the hands for any type of web shooter being there, because in the 90s in the show it didn't come out of his hands. That didn't happen until the Tobey Maguire movie. But it's not a bad option to have, and of course you can just kind of pop a hand off, pop on the whipping hand, if you will, and there we go. So I actually might just keep it on the shelf like it, because or like that, because it kind of does show the whole whipping thing, and I am having some trouble getting him to stand perfectly straight up. There we go. That looks pretty good. But honestly, the main reason I bought this set, as much as I like this Peter, it was for Smythe. In Christmas of 1994, my parents got me Smythe as well as the animated series Hobgoblin and Wing Bomber for Christmas. And that stuff blew my mind. I have to admit, in 94, I didn't know who Smythe was. So when he eventually joined the cast of the TV show, I kept waiting for him to look like the figure that I had, not realizing that he had been in the comics. And the figure that we got looked very much like a comic Smythe. This is a very stylized, animation accurate Smythe, especially with the head sculpt. I do want to point out the eyes are the background is painted yellow, but there is that pupil in there. And if I recall in the cartoon show, he would have yellow lenses come down over his eyes that would, when he was being controlled or whatever, because he was made into the ultimate Spider Slayer, but he was kind of cyborg robot, something like that. But looks really cool. He does have the arm blades on his arms, both of them. He's got these things sticking off, which in the cartoon shot lasers. They're stabby knife, shorter knives, I don't know what to call them. Really cool fins on the legs. Feet look really cool. Also very much remind me of the Alien Spider Slayer look. So I'm wondering if we might be getting an Alien Spider Slayer down the pike. But again, this figure is pinless, so you can see he has a double jointed knee, and it is pinless, just like that Peter Parker. I don't think I need to go over all of his articulation, because it's exactly what you would expect a Marvel Legends to have. The accessories of Smythe are just 2 alternate hands. They are open hands. And if I recall, the original figure had 1 fist and 1 open hand. So if I want to kind of recreate that original, let's put on the correct hand, that original figure look, I can do that. I believe it was kind of situated like that. So now I can kind of have what the original figure looked like, if that's how I want to display it on my shelf. But this is a very cool set. It's fun. You really have to be into the animated stuff to really appreciate it or like it. But it's a neat set. I'm glad I bought it. Honestly, this Peter Parker will probably replace the vintage set Peter Parker that I have, just because I really like how this one looks, and it's a nod to that show that I just loved as a kid. So thanks for checking out this 5 minutes or less brief overview of this 2-pack. Let me know in the comments what you think, and until next time, I've been Dan. Hey, you've been pretty awesome. We've definitely gone over 5 minutes, but I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.
Come geek out with us on the Rock Nerd Radio Show.